Welcome Chip Williamson. He is the founder and principal of Communal Architecture and a new Daytonian. Welcome, Chip, to Dayton. He now claims his professional title as Archi-sociologist, and that is studying the intersection of community building and building design. His practice has worked with several co-housing communities in all stages of development, and tonight he'll share some of the insights he's gleaned from those co-housing conversations. Welcome, Chip.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm Chip Williamson, and I have been interested in architecture since I was in second grade. Thankfully, I was lucky enough to pursue that interest. After college and graduation and years of working experience, I knew how to be an architect, but I didn't know why I was an architect. Then, eureka. That's what's said when someone finds their purpose in life and when a light bulb goes on. My epiphany came as I began to understand the dynamic relationships found in community living and working experiences, and I named this intersection with architectural design Archi-sociology. For me, this interest became my why, leading me to design the kind of architecture that supports and enhances community spaces and housing. Tonight, though, is about co-housing, the co-housing movement, and what I've learned through my archi-sociological approach. Co-housing, by definition, is a community of unrelated people living together, usually centered on an idea that will support, enhance, and bless their individual lives. Many people dream of a utopian living situation where they will live out their beliefs with other like-minded souls. This utopian ideals grow from a college dorm conversation, social clubs, or still others are inspired by a mission greater than themselves. It does require commitment. When I work with fledgling groups who hope to make co-housing a reality, my first question is often, are you formally committed to each other? And with that question, co-housing becomes real fast. People must commit to each other for this to work. Sharing, caring, and closeness is encouraged, and though these sound like naturally occurring behaviors, they often are not. The result of committed connection is what I believe all humankind desires in the deepest part of us, and that is belonging. So you can see why so many people are drawn to the dream of this kind of utopian living. Parallel to the common value of belonging is the collaborative spirit. In some situations, as I survey novice enthusiasts, the response to community living is, I have a certain way of doing things. I'm not sure I want to change, and I'm more of a private person. These are concerns for forming a communal living group. Individual flexibility is absolutely required. Just like the why I required in my life, I have observed that the why groups form is very important. Some develop from common commitments, and others find their intentional life as they grow together. Either way, intentionality is another pillar of co-housing. Many seek a simple life, using less resources and creating a lighter footprint on the earth. There is a human bonding that happens when a group focuses their collective lives to make a difference. Simplicity is one way. Another intentional way of being is through service. The bonding experience for the housing community often solidifies participants' desire to be intentional and responsible. Living together as an intentional community breaks open human hearts and souls, their inner voices. This communal spirit manifests in many ways, and the nature of the architecture reflects that spirit. Sustainability is often considered a guiding principle in many cohorts. It is much more than food. There we go. Much more than food. The devil lives in the details. Who pays the bills? Who balances the checkbook? Who reads the insurance policies? Sustaining financial health with open, transparent conversations go a long way to sustainable vitality. Now for the fun stuff. Rituals create the community's identity and strengthen their shared values. Communities need meaningful traditions to communicate and pass on their principles of life. Rituals help express the unique ways of celebrating life together and build necessary bonds with a larger community. Rituals can be designed to retrieve memories or capture an all-new history. Christmas light displays, backyard movie nights, dinners together, and group parties are all rituals. Rituals, like family traditions, mark the recurring milestones and history of the community. Rituals create regular, rich, shared experiences, which in turn will develop deeper friendships within the co-housing group. Even a daily chore can be ritualized into community bonding time. Meal prep is one of the best friendship bonding times in any home. Cleaning, gardening, yard work too. As my mother said, many hands make light work. Creating together, serving each other, and enjoying each other's company and sharing the workload allows co-housing groups to form more like young families do than like roommates do. And unlike the bonding that occurs through rituals, a different bonding occurs when standards are developed. These are mutually agreed upon expectations to communal life. Often I've found that these collaborative communities have a big heart for neighborhoods they live in. They are intentional about offering themselves to their neighbors. There are times when one special person will be called to serve the entire community by taking on an unwanted chore, like laundry. The one chore no one wanted to do. This is an example of the community spirit of flexibility, and we love those special people. Sometimes the job is too big or takes too much time for one person. A group will break down the project and rally together to get the job done. One can make even the biggest projects community fun. A volunteer attitude is another practical characteristic of successful communities. All communities require a method of governance. Guns and mustaches and cigars is probably not the best way to govern, but the group's code of governance is one of the most influential decisions to be made while forming. My advice, spend time on this. It's really important. And a few tips. Do it first, talk about it, write it down, publish it, sign it, follow it, review it, and most likely respect it. In the end, it's about balancing the spirit of commitment of a beautiful community with an equally developed set of rituals and standards. These, I believe, result in a beautiful home for everyone who desires to live this life experience together. Thank you for listening.